with Dr. Susanne Knabe-Nicol here on Policing TV. This is the third part in a three-part series that we're recording with Susanne on our latest Policing People series. So, Susanne, thank you again very much for joining us here on Policing TV. In this third part, we're very much going to focus on the Police Science Doctor initiative that you founded and explore not only where this is now at, but where you're hoping to take this in the future. For me, it's a very exciting program that you have of taking academic research broadly in policing and making it very much more accessible through video. And the way in which you're doing that is recording typically one-to-one interviews with those who in some way are leading criminologists or those working in policing or those with other insights into policing. We've touched on already one or two of your favorite initiatives, but describe for us now where Police Science Doctor now stands, the platforms that you make that content available, and where you see Police Science Doctor going in the coming weeks, months, and potentially years as well.
Yeah, so Police Science Doctor really is morphing. So in the very beginning, I probably was more active than I am now because, first of all, I had to create the educational videos, which took a long time to put together. I was doing more regular interviews, but I also had a few conferences and online events, which were really, really amazing to run in a way. So I had two rapid fire policing conferences where I got experts from different fields to really compactly explain some of the knowledge they were communicating. I had a mental health and policing conference, which was very, very full of amazing knowledge. And I haven't done those conferences for a while. I'm thinking about doing that again. At the moment, so all the content is available online. All the content is free. Police Science Doctor has an academy, a training academy. So there are online courses available there. And I still would like that to become a go-to platform if people want to have and invest in their own education or get their employer to invest in their education on a number of things, such as mental health and policing and interviewing and crime analysis, organized crime, things like that. These courses are available on there. The constant thing that I've been doing for 157 weeks now is these police science snippets, which is where I go through research and see, when you go through everything that's been published recently, there's a lot of things that are extremely niche or extremely specific and very abstract. Sometimes it's just about the methodology of a new tool, or it's this or it's that, and it's not something that we as practitioners will be able to use. So I try to find those that are actually usable and accessible. And it's just like me saying to you, hey, you know what, if you interview in that way, you're more likely to get the person you're speaking to open up to you. And it's just like, if we were just passing each other in the corridor in the office, and I had one fantastic thing to tell you that could really help you in the next job you're going to, what would that be? And that's what I try to extract. So I find 3 things every week, and sometimes it's difficult. So I always invite people to send me research that they think is suitable, where something is very actionable, something very practical, or very specific. And I put these in my weekly mail out to everyone who's subscribed to the email list. And I also go online on my social media channels. So Police Science Doctor is on YouTube, it's on Twitter or X, and if there's a Facebook page. On LinkedIn, it's actually my name, Susanne Knabe-Nicol, rather than Police Science Doctor, where I stream. And I talk about the snippets, and sometimes I can put them into more context if possible. And that's something that I've been keeping up the whole time. What I'm thinking of in the future is maybe, again, a conference online potentially, but also a journal, a Police Science Doctor journal, where we can publish things that don't get published in academic journal articles, but that are good enough that people should see it. So there could be really good dissertations by students. There could be little projects that practitioners have run in the organization, but they just possibly wouldn't get across the threshold for academic journal articles. I'd also like to have almost like an online dating thing in Police Science Doctor, not for romantic relationships, but for collaborations, where somebody who works in the police says, look, I'd love some research done. is there any academic or researcher who would love to work with us, and the other way around, where people can contact each other, because I don't think we've got that, and yeah, I think that's something we need.
I think the non-romantic dating matchmaking, sort of effectively putting together the police need with those that are able to meet that need. That sounds an absolutely brilliant idea, and I wish you all the very best in taking that forward. And if there's anything that Policing Insight and Policing TV can do to support you in that, then I'm sure that you will let us know. So let me just recap where people who are watching this can find Police Science Doctor if they're previously unfamiliar. So there is the website, which from memory, and you'll correct me if I've got this wrong, but is policesciencedoctor.com. So police, P-O-L-I-C-E, science, S-C-I-E-N-C-E, doctor is dr.com. Then there is the X or Twitter handle, which is at Police Science Doctor. The doctor is dr. There is your YouTube site. There is, and then social media. Search either for Police Science Doctor with dr at the end, or for yourself on LinkedIn under Dr. Susanne Knabe-Nicol. We'll put the details in the footer to this as well. Susanne, there's an absolute wealth of initiative and ideas that I hope you have the time to pursue there in the future. For the time being, thank you so much for spending some time recording this video for Policing TV. We will be featuring some of your content over the coming weeks and months on Policing TV. But for the time being, thank you so much for spending time speaking to me here on Policing TV.
Thanks very much for having me on, Bernard.